Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the end of the joyride that has been the WCA European Qualifier. We witnessed the Pro Qualifier in August. We have seen the first stage of the Open Qualifier on Friday, of course yesterday, awesome quarterfinals, and now we're here. Decisions will be made in the next 4 hours. My name is Neo. Welcome to the broadcast. Right next to me, European Vice Champion Yours. Welcome.
Yeah, welcome once again. Today will be a great day. We are looking forward to see the last two contestants that are missing for the Grand Final that we will have in Ginge 1 in December. And we are jam-packed with good games. We will have HawK against Nicker, like two of the guys that I really want to see collide. And I think this could have been the final here.
Indeed.
Because there's a lot of money on the line and I would like to see that this would have been the final. But now we will see them in the semi-final, and whoever will win will have the ticket to China and the chance to take 3,000 euros right here, right now.
The biggest European Open tournament in 6, 7, 8 years,
In
whatever.
ages.
Yeah, in ages. 5,800 euros on the line, 3,000 for the winner, 1,800 for the runner-up, and the bronze medalist still gets 1K, but no ticket. We have 14 slots already filled for the biggest tournament of all time in WarCraft 3. That's going to happen in December. You mentioned it. We have from China the world champion Infi, we have the best orc in the world, Fly, we have one of the most creative players in the world, TH, and Sushishi, one of the best night elves in the world. From Korea, we have the master of the Warden-Law Lyot, we have the master of the Blood Mage Reprisal, and we have an old school player, one of the best team players of all time. We have Focus from Europe, obviously, Yoss, War Chief Rich, master of Bear Mirror, we have Hate Love Anger, the Professor, we have the Fifth Rays Moon, and now it's between Nicker and HawK, and it is between Sonic and Orc Worker, who dominated, or not dominated, but threw down Czechy yesterday. It's been amazing. Let's take a look at the grid so far. You saw it. Nicker beat Helsing 2-0. HawK beat Prado 2-0. Both very dominating performances.
Yeah, the top half was really dominating. We had 2-0s like all along, and pretty short games, to be honest.
Yes.
The first set we casted, it was like 10 minutes twice. Even though the games were kind of entertaining and there were a lot of like action going on early on, I think the game could have been gone in different favors, because we have seen Selding almost succeeding with the tower rush and so on, and the next game was also kind of close. So I think it could have been different, but for now I think the bottom half of this tournament is just like two dominant players. We have Nicker, who just destroyed his opponent. We have HawK, who played like really convincingly.
Yeah.
So these guys colliding right here, right now, it will be great.
The Battle of the Titans from Russia. One will get the slot and one will remain the chance to get at least $1,000. But for HawK, it would be so disappointing, man. He participated in so many Jera Cups. He won 8 of them. He's, I think, only War Chief Rich won more with 11, but he is Mr. or Mrs. Jera Cup, as you mentioned yesterday. He did super well in the WEC competition in 2014, so he knows how to play the Koreans, he knows how to play the Chinese, and he is definitely one of the best players we have in Europe right here. It would be a big disappointment for him to not qualify for the biggest event of all time.
Everybody was actually expecting him to win through the Pro Qualifier, because we have seen him play really good. You mentioned it, like several cups, several online tournaments, and everybody was like, you know what, HawK will be there anyhow,
Definitely.
like in China. But sometimes people expect you to make it, and then he lost to Ruden, I think, in a pretty sick game.
Super
close
close
in the end.
Yeah.
We celebrated that like quite heavily. But I have to say, like, everybody was expecting HawK to do great things. And today, it can also be the case that he drops out of the tournament and will not be in China.
Indeed.
It would be a huge disappointment for the entire scene that we have in Europe, I think, because he's one of the contestants who can go deep. We have seen him go deep in the WEL. I think you mentioned it yesterday.
Yeah.
And he was defeating Chinese players there, defeating Reprisal every now and then. Like, the group stage was pretty jam-packed with top players. And he made it out of there. And for that, I would like to see him go there. But on the other hand, Nicker is not one of the guys who says, like, you know what? Go there, have fun, take
no,
the money.
definitely not.
No, he's like, he really wants it for himself.
Yeah. He played in several Chinese competitions. We mentioned it yesterday as well. The J-League, for example, especially in 2011, he did so great. I think he was the runner-up there. Yeah, but HawK, he knows how to come back from defeats. Like, for example, in the Rust Brain Cup #1, he was eliminated in the first round and then continued to play and continued to succeed, and in the end reached the consolation final after all. So he is very stable psychologically.
Yeah, I think so. He can deal really, really well with these comeback scenarios where you have like a lot of prize money. We had like for the Rus Brain Cup, it was like 750 for the first place, 400 for the second place, and he came the long way from the lower bracket, defeating Lolayer, defeating Czech, and a lot of other players. And then he ended up in the final once again against Rudan, and Rudan won that, but it was a tight series. Like, he is one of the guys who can definitely deal with the pressure, even though he will lose that first game, can still come back. And since we know that the first map will be Turtle Rock, and there could be a close spawn positioning there, and close spawn is high intense, because right from the start you have a lot of action like militia and so on, but we will go into the game details later. I think we still have some space to cover here.
Indeed. The first map is going to be Turtle Rock, and it's not the new W3Arena.net version, it's the old one. So close spawn is still possible. We've seen epic games here. But yeah, let's just talk about the players who not made it to the big games. But it's not only about the players who made it that show the quality of the tournament, but also the players that have dropped down. From China, we have WFZ. Last year, definitely the best undead in the world. Not making it here, thrown down by ZDR, the Orc player. From Europe, Foggy didn't make it. Cash didn't make it. Ruden didn't make it. And from Korea, Lucifer and Czech, the legends, didn't make it. So, yeah, we are going in-game for the first series here.
Yeah. And of course, as further as the tournament continues, and you just mentioned it, but the slots are all out there. These are the two last remaining slots. But to talk about the game, this is what I mentioned before. It is the close position on Turtle Rock, and we see the Militia Scout going over to his opponent, trying to figure out where the Ancient of War is. We see the pull from the Militia already, but HawK, this time it's not going to be successful. This time the Ancient of War is way further in the back, and you cannot really pull the creeps toward that. You will see they will attack it once, maybe attack it twice, not even once, and there they go back. It's a late altar. He says hi, greeting his opponent on the other side of the map, and then he will just go for the Dark Ranger with the archers most likely.
That is definitely a possibility. Nicker is one of the few players in the world that goes for Dark Ranger in against human, and he is very, very good at it. Of course, you can snowball a bit because all the peasants, the militias, the footmen, they have very low HP, so you can get a lot of skeletons, and once the amount of skeletons reaches a critical mass, you just become stronger and stronger and get more of them and more of them. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting, and you see the late altar, so definitely a neutral hero.
Yeah, this is just the typical tavern build order that you go for the late altar, then the second mover follows that one up with the first archer, and then we will just see a couple of more archers coming out of that Ancient of War. And what I really think is a good choice here in this close position scenario that we just see is that the Dark Ranger with the skeletons can easily prevent like a lot of pressure as soon as you gather a few of them. But if he is not giving him the time to creep actually like the first green camp in front of his base and maybe an additional one, then he's just sitting on a few archers with the Dark Ranger, and this can be pretty scary.
Indeed. Nicker, 29 years old, the oldest player in this tournament, close to the 30, but still very, very strong. We witnessed it yesterday against Helsing, a simple 2-0. HawK, 25 years of age, but he has been around forever. So both players with tons of experience. Of course, they want to make Mother Russia proud. We have the Cloak of Shadows here, and as we mentioned, the Dark Ranger for Nicker. So he falls slightly behind in creeping because HawK can already do the green spot here, and he walks over immediately.
Yeah, he walks over immediately. He wants to intercept the creeping because he knows that the Dark Ranger, every tavern hero, is a little bit delayed compared to the normal hero build order if you go for that. And for that, he just knows that he got a slight advantage in the start of the game. The first little turtle here, the Sea Turtle Hatchling, goes to the Archmage. So we see 128 experience points already for that guy, and he's getting closer and closer to level 2.
Yeah, and it's not only the experience, it's also a denied skeleton. That is very important here. Turtle Rock, usually a great map for the Dark Rangers. Some small creep spots here, you can take them easily and get a lot of skeletons for yourself. Tons of archers, 5 at the time. Of course.
Wow, he stole the experience from the big turtle here. So the Archmage, if he gets the last hatchling and he gets that one, level 2 for the Archmage here from HawK already. A great head start into the game. But the Dark Ranger, you said it, a lot of archers already there, and as soon as you gather a certain number of archers, if they visit the footmen or if the footmen want to do some damage, you basically not one-hit them, but you can see how much damage they actually do, like with all the combined shot that they fire.
HawK already teching to tier 2. He most likely want to do a rifle push that he likes to do against Night Elf, but Nicker still on tier 1. Getting more archers now, uprooting the Ancient of War. He is preparing for the militia push, but there's the police is still in the base, not doing anything, waiting for the blacksmith to finish.
Yeah, I think the blacksmith was a little too late. It could have been thrown down a lot earlier, actually, if you just check the wood count for HawK. As soon as you have 60 wood, you basically throw that down after you start the attacking. So it could have been a lot earlier. The footmen are a little bit out of position, but since HawK is not available or doesn't have the dust here, there's absolutely no problem dealing with that. Archers, like, he cannot do it. You can see he's using the Shadow Melt, and there's no opportunity to actually reveal them, so he's really safe at the moment.
Yeah, and I think Nicker didn't even get one skeleton so far. HawK playing this tremendously, and he's going for the Hunt of the Wisps right now. HawK pretty strong against Night Elf, 59% win rate. Oh, now the next archers go down. This is not looking good for Nicker at all.
No, absolutely not. You can see that he is really struggling here right from the start. He's not finding the kills that he needs, especially on the creeps. He's not microing his archers all too well. Like, losing one, there was absolutely no reason for that, but HawK is playing this so good here.
Looking very, very good for him. Huntress Hall being denied, and that can be a huge factor. If you don't get the Dryads, if you don't get the Dispel, it's going to be so hard to keep up with the Water Elementals. But finally, the first skeleton. No, oh, wow, escaping with 9 HP, and there's no boots on the Dark Ranger, so she will not be able to get the final hit on that little footman here. Oh, nice deny. HawK playing really on top of his game. He might be able to cancel the Huntress Hall once again once the mana's there for the second Water Elemental.
Yeah, and I like that the Dark Ranger is actually visiting the main base of his opponent, checking on the super low HP footman, but the militias are being called, and maybe there could be a surround on the level 1 Dark Ranger. You can see the amount of experience. It's like 40 experience. It's almost nothing. It's like usually you go for the super fast creeping because you have all the skeletons in the world to back that up, but here he's struggling so hard. But usually the Dark Ranger is a great choice against the rifle push, but in this case I think the human got a slight advantage already.
Yeah, definitely. Just attack alone, man. He is finished already. He's getting the Mountain King as a second hero. He's building the first Arcane Sanctum. He has the shop up, getting more and more riflemen to deal with the upcoming Dryads. Nicker, in comparison, just finished his attack. The Huntress Hall is finally finished. Very good for him that he started to build it early, because he know what a struggle it would be to get it up. And the shop is coming as well.
Yeah, it's lining perfectly up, and he knows that he will not have the time to creep a Panda to a certain level, because the Panda actually needs to hit that level 3 to be successful and be very powerful against the Rifleman. And for that, he rather goes for the safer solution, the Naga here, we can see it. And with that Naga, he can easily focus down single targets, but as we speak, the police is coming here in high numbers, as well as the remaining forces from the human player. HawK wants to apply a lot of pressure right away, wants to kill the Ancient of Wars, wants to kill the Ancient Protector that is being built here for defensive purposes, and he's cancelling everything.
HawK with the perfect timing, might even get the shop here, so there's no staff for Nicker. Nothing. The shop goes down. He kills one more Wisp here, but it is level 2 for the Dark Ranger as well, so we might see a silence. But yeah, this timing push, of course he lost the town portal, but what did he achieve here? He delayed the tech once again. The double Engine of Laws got cancelled. He's not that safe without a staff. And it's really time for Nicker to find his level 3 here. He has to take some risks, and he does so, continuing with the shop creep.
Wow, I think there's a slight mistake happening in his main base. He's getting triple Ancient of Lore. I'm not sure if this is really intended. Maybe he also knows that the Ancient of Lore that he thrown down on on the outside, like maybe a little outside of his base, could fall down to another push. But right now, since HawK lost his town portal, he will play it like a little bit safer. We'll gather a few experience, we'll get it a healing scroll or 2 maybe, so that he just can go for a next, maybe the killing blow already here, the next push. And I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, very interesting that HawK did not decide to go for a tier 1 push. We see it often from Reprisal, for example. Just pull as many militia as you can and try to chop down the Tree of Life at tier 1. But no, he decides to go for the later game. He feels super confident in his micro, in his abilities here. And that speaks a lot for him, I guess.
Yeah, I see a slight mistake here. There's no Arcane Tower. Usually what you want to have in your main base is an Arcane Tower, because other than that, he can just easily send the level 2 skeletons. Right now the Dark Ranger is still level 2, so the skeletons are still level 1, but as soon as they become the level 2 skeletons, you can easily send these level 2 skeletons to your opponent's main base, and they do quite some damage to the peons and especially the gold line.
Yeah, he plays it a little greedy, but so far Nicker has no time to send anything near HawK. We have 49 food for the Russian human against a 39 from Nicker. But the Ancients of Lore are up, the Ancient Protector is up, so his base is kind of defended right now. The Dryads are coming, Dispel upgrade is about to be finished, so he can finally deal with the Water Elementals that take so much damage, soak up so much damage, do so much damage, especially to Dryads. So he definitely needs that.
Yeah, and he also got the Priest Adept, so he can easily dispel the skeletons. But I don't think that HawK can really go inside the main base of the Night Elf, because there still is an Ancient of War in the way. There's the Ancient Protector. Everything is being set up, but as we speak, the first fight breaks out here in between the bases. He's going to focus the targets, trying to find some kills here on the Rifleman. Is he killing a Footman? Yes, he is. Level 3 finally for the Dark Ranger, but the Dryads die super quick against the piercing damage from the Rifleman. Now he's trying to focus the Archmage there, which is not the right call. You can see it. Now he shifts the targets once again, but the army is in the perfect shape. Level 2, Bolt goes on top of the Dark Ranger. Clap! Adds up and she dies. The first hero of the Night Elf player just dies here.
And the level 3, man, that takes some time to get him back. 110 seconds. He's going for the next kill, for not following that up now with the Rifleman with the long range upgrade. Easy to pick up the Archer. This is a great scenario for HawK. He's still up at 49 food. Is he supporting it with Militia? No, he sends the Peasants away. No tower support here. Level 3 for the Mountain King. Big potion of mana and the heal scroll. Splendid inventory. And yeah, without a Panda, it's getting very, very hot. He still has the Naga, but what's it worth? He's going for mass Dryads here. No bear tech so far. He really needs to play this. He is on the way to tier 3, but until then it's going to be so hard for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And this was actually what HawK needed. He really needed that kill, so now he can start the siege. Maybe even add a workshop there. No, what he decides to do is get an expansion. And I said it yesterday, people have to play super solid in these qualifiers, because you don't want to drop a map like on a random stupid mistake here. And you can see HawK is playing this so smart, just throwing down an expansion, getting a bigger advantage here, because the advantage is already huge.
Yeah.
And if he just gets the expansion, the additional income, he should be in a great shape.
But the Night Elves get super strong against human once the bears are there. So if Nicker can buy time, that might be the crucial point here once there are 3 or 4 bears, because they can take it on with the Rifleman. But continuous pressure from the Emperor, from HawK, getting one Dryad after another, but they're all, the Moonwells, all empty or about to be empty. Tier 3 halfway through, and the Dark Ranger is still not back. Did he forget?
No, he started her right away, but it
Okay.
takes so long. Like in level 3, it takes so much longer. And what we also see is the first bears are finally being made. We can see the Druid of the Claw Adept training upgrade. He is still lacking of the Master upgrade, but he cannot research it yet, because he's not tier 3. He's like 80 to 85% done, but the expansion is being scouted. Great call here from Minika, anticipating that move. The safety call from HawK, getting that expansion up and going. And yeah, so far Nicker is still doing good, even though all the stuff that just happened to him. And I think he's still making the right calls.
Nicker needs to take some risks, and he does so. Getting the red spot far away from his base. What's the item? Crystal Ball. How unlucky, but he finds level 3 on the Naga. That means most likely level 2 Fork Lightning, and that is heavy area of effect damage, which he needs against this amount of Riflemen. They are 2-0 teched, by the way. Great damage output coming in, and apropos coming in, HawK is about to enter the base once again.
Yeah, Master Training is being researched, so we will see Master Bears in no time. Not sure if he's sending the skeletons into the expansion there, because he scouted it, and if you send them there, there's also no Arcane Tower. There's just a lack of Arcane Towers in general, but so far he was not able to use that weak spot here. Is he using that sooner or later? Yes, he's not sending that skeletons onto the expansion, and that could be a super big mistake.
Yeah, but HawK would have intercepted them anyway.
No, you couldn't send them from the top side, and
Okay.
then he would not see that. Not sure if this is the right fight to call, but Nicker says, "Come on, bro, we gotta fight here. We gotta battle for the spot for the last remaining one." And it looks pretty damn bad for him.
Yeah, Fork Lightning hits, but what's the follow-up? The one bear being sniped immediately. Both bears down, and here comes the Mountain King again, throwing hammers left, right, and center. MC Hammer is his nickname here, and one unit dying after another. 41 food versus 56, but now he can retreat into his base. Stormbolt on the Naga. Is there a surround of some sort? He has a bash, a clap. We see it. Dispel on there, and the heal potion, or the moon, will save the second hero. He is not able, or he cannot lose a hero once again, or else the game will go to HawK. Still no malicious support. He just buys time for his expansion. Nika not microing here at all, losing one Dryad after another. And it's 61 versus 42.
Yeah, and HawK is playing this super great. Okay, it's kind of lucky to have this close position for a human player, but HawK just played it so well. You can see he's getting rid of the Ancient of Lore, limiting the production of his opponent. Now going for the Naga, the level 2 Bolt is doing so much damage. Naga dropping down even though she is rejuvenated, using the Moon Juice, losing all the Dryads. They just melt against the piercing damage. There's no chance to keep them alive. He's finally going for the Priest kill here with the Archers, but the piercing damage, it's not enough. And there on top on the first hero, Bolt again, GG from Nicker. And HawK is winning the first map, playing so well. Crazy.
This was really, really a great performance by HawK. The Human Emperor is one map away from the ticket to China. Oh boy, what a game, what a performance. We don't know the maps, do we? Or do you have the maps?
No, I don't have the maps yet, but we will see. They will also change the host, because maybe Nicky experienced some lag there.
Okay.
So they will go for another host. But what I want to point out is like the details that HawK all did right. Even the bear, he stepped out one bear in the fight, like when he finally had the bears and the fight broke out, that he stepped one of the bears out, but HawK was sending a level 2 water elemental inside the main base and attacking that bear after the Steph, and he just died in the main base because he was Steph with 50 HP, and that one died to a water elemental, paying attention and even killing that one. And also the siege was going on, killing the Dark Ranger with the Bolt Clap combination, getting the also important level 3 on that Mountain King real quick. He did all the right things, and it added up in the end to that final first victory.
Indeed, if he can continue or show that performance again, he will definitely go to China. But don't underestimate Nika. Close position, you mentioned it, very, very good for human. Might be the case that he has a Night Elf map for him up his sleeve now.
Yeah, it could be the case. We don't know the maps yet. You say, here, actually. Guys, I got information from a super handsome dude, aka Remo Demo. And he says that Nika vetoed Last Refuge. I think
obviously.
this is a legit choice,
Yeah.
of course. As a Night Elf player, you don't want to play that map. We have all these narrow positionings, and against the Breaker, Mortar, Caster combination, it can be super hurtful. For HawK, we see something untypical. We spoke about it yesterday. He's vetoing Ancient Idols. It's not the best human map, but what happens when you leave, when you get rid of Ancient Idols is that you have to play Twisted Meadows. And I know, and I guess I just told you guys yesterday on stream, that HawK hates Twisted Meadows for some reason. He hates the random item drops there. It can be really crucial right from the start, like Night Elf players creeping that one. It's so hurtful sometimes. So, second map that we will head into will be Echo Isles here. And Echo Isles is also a great map for the Dark Ranger once again.
If you saw the Pro Qualifier, it was HawK versus Rude, and it was a 1-1 in the final stage to qualify for Gamescom. And what an epic battle it has been. Night Elf versus Human.
Yeah, Night Elf versus Human, and we had this sick Warden going for the hero kills, a long stretch out game. So many mistakes have been made, but on the other side we had so many great plays created out of these mistakes. So these guys are up for the best here, and we will see some high level play. I think Nika got kinda like caught off his game plan on Turtle Rock when you have this close position, early pressure with the Dark Ranger, not the chance to creep a lot of stuff, to get a lot of skeletons going for you.
Yeah, I think he's going for the Dark Ranger again.
Yeah, I think you think he will, or is he will go for the Dark Ranger. I
no
think
Warden play.
No Warden play from him to be expected. And here we have like a lot of small camps that you can creep early on with two archers, Dark Ranger.
It really snowballs.
Yeah, it really snowballs. We have this little Murloc camp right below the expansion, and sometimes you get the Dark Ranger with the archers and just go for that because you know that the human player will expand, and then you have already 5 skeletons.
Exactly.
It's so strong. So we will see what the early game offers here. We will jump into the game real quick because the countdown is running down. We are in the loading screen and we are ready for the second map.
That is absolutely correct, my friend. Oh, oopsala. Here we go. Do the game. What's wrong? Something is wrong with
Something is actually wrong, but Neo will fix it in no time. I will let you go what I see here already.
I might need help. Yeah, we need tech support.
Yeah, we need tech support because we cannot show the game at the moment. But beside that, they also do a pause, so it's perfectly fine for us. We get the time that we need to present you with the game here, and I think this is perfect. What you just did. We just need the overlays on top of that.
That is right.
And then we are good to go. There it is. Score is updated. 1-0 for HawK. We got a small break here being called from Nicker. I think he has to fix something. And since both of the players are actually from Russia, they also speak Russian and they communicate in that language because it might be a little bit easier. And yeah, we're waiting. I think Nicker just tapped in once again because he was lagging for a second.
Okay, yeah, the host, of course, he's in China at the moment.
Yeah.
So the host situation is not that great for him. But it's working. I think as long as it's the same conditions for both players, it's still fair.
I think so, yeah. If they find a suitable host, it shouldn't be a problem. And what I was thinking about, do you think that he called a few of the Chinese top humans to actually practice with them?
I heard that TH and Infi don't do that, like never. They play only with each other because TH is so good at random, so he can like practice everything with Infi. Exactly. He might have called Yumiko.
Yeah, probably. And
or your boy Romantic.
Yeah, maybe Romantic. And just having the choice like of these practice buddies, like top-notch human players from China, they might not play the same style that HawK is using all the time, but it's still kind of really good practice because these guys have top micro, top mindset, and really good strategies going in for them.
Especially Yumiko is always going for an expansion.
Yeah.
Also on maps like Ancient Isles or here Turtle Rock or whatever, that the European humans don't do, like never. They always go for the rifle push there. So not the perfect preparation, but still could be a good one. HawK has several Night Elves to practice with.
Yeah, several, but I'm not sure if all of them will actually practice with him, because he's also one of the guys who keeps everything to himself, and we are not in an environment where everybody's still playing custom games against each other. Most of the time it's rather like I play a little bit of ladder, get in my into my routine, play the games that I need to do to warm up before the match, and so on and so on. So I think he is not breaking that routine. He's just going for his normal practice that he is doing before cups, that he's doing before the other stuff. And yeah, we're still waiting for the players, so we changed the camera once again, real quick to us, so that you can see that we actually still on stream. And as I said that, Nicker says, go!
Okay.
Do you want to try? And we will jump into the game once again.
Whoop, boom, boom. Where's the overlay? Come on. Here we are. The overlay is there. Our observer tool is here as well. At the upper left of Ancient Isles, we have Sergei Shkerbakov. And we have another paused game. It's unplayable, he says.
Yeah, it's unplayable. The conditions for Nicker seem like really bad at the moment. I think yesterday we haven't experienced any problems, but we haven't really spoken to him about that, if the ping was alright for the first game that he had. But it seemed really good for him against Sterling, because there were no micro bugs or anything like really that you would see, okay, he got a big ping. He's not using a town portal in time or something like that. And we didn't see that. And I think they will just change the host and try a different one.
Try a different one, yeah.
Or maybe just try the one that they used for the first game.
So another interesting fact here. Okay, the game has stopped. We need another host. Both players are the third and fourth most decorated Russian WarCraft players in all time. Number 1, Deadman, and number 2, Happy. Then comes Nicker, and then HawK. So whoever qualifies here is most likely gonna catch up with the other one, or expand the advantage to keep the spot at the third most successful Russian player of all time. That's at stake here as well.
Yeah, Nicker is definitely... I would also rank him higher, because he played earlier when the scene was bigger, and also the pro scene was a little bit bigger, and he did quite well there, and also the success that he had in China. So I think overall he's just maybe a little bit, not better player, but like more well educated in terms of playing offline tournaments, playing like all this like really good guys. And HawK is like maybe missing this a little bit, because his peak is right now. He was not super good back then, but right now, like the last 2 or 3 years, he was on top of his game, on top of the European scene, together with other guys like WarCraft that we will also see in China here from Europe. And this guy really made a name for himself, and it's kind of new school against old school also a little bit, like a rivalry.
But HawK has been around forever as well. He played the ENC LAN finals in 2010.
Yeah, but he was not that great back then.
That's right. He was medium at best.
Yeah, it was like not top-notch, like
Yeah.
unbeatable level. But he already played there, of
Yeah,
course.
so he has experience as well. Of course, WEC and WCA last year comes to mind, where he reached the quarterfinal after eliminating Sonic in a tiebreaker in the group stage. One of two Europeans who made it to the quarterfinals. Nicker, the second one.
So the game is being re-hosted. We will try another host because Nicker just told us that it was really unplayable and he had big legs in the start, and he's not willing to play on a host where he got like a lot of legs, because there's a lot of money on the line as well. It's not only the ticket. Money to the bank is always a nice thing to have, but of course the prestige that comes with the tournament, the Grand Final in China, and he is in China, and I think this could also help you there around, like if you go there as like maybe as a player that is also living in that country, it's a whole different experience.
Yeah, indeed. The ping seems fine.
Yeah, we got that. We got that game name from Rimonimo once again, and we will be ready for the next game. So good. The pings, what do the pings say?
Looks okay.
Looks okay, yeah. 110 for Mr. HawK, and for Nika we have 80. So should be playable.
Yeah, it's not all about the ping though. Sometimes you have a great ping, but still receive spikes.
Yeah.
So that could be possible. But both players agree to start, and so do we. Switch in game.
Yeah, we jump into the game. It will be Echoites. Nothing is changing about the map, and the spawning positions are the very same that we just saw, which is great, because we don't have any kind of advantages on Echoites. I don't feel that there are any spawning advantages, but still, it's good to see that we have the exact same game that we had before. We can see that Nicker this time is going for the Altar of Elders first, so no Dark Ranger. We were completely wrong. Our read is horrible, as it seems. But we will jump into that at the Ancient of Wars, adding that up, that opening, and then he will go with one of the standard heroes.
Okay, quick introduction to the players. At the upper left, we have HawK from Russia, Sergei Sherbakov, 25 years old, the Emperor of Human, number 2 in the W3 arena ladder with 85% win rate. Versus Night Elf, he has a win rate of 59%, and on Echo Isles, it is even 61%. So one of the better maps for him in this matchup. In the upper right, from Russia as well, coming from China, it's another break.
Yeah, and as it seems, my Russian is really good, I have to say. HawK is saying like maybe I have like 2 second delay like every now and then, and it seems like that he's getting some freezes here, the spikes that you mentioned early on. And he's also not willing to play on a host with conditions that are not that great for him.
Yeah.
And I can see where this is coming from, of course. And it will be maybe a little bit of a struggle to find the right host there. But as soon as we find that, we will provide you with the game. Maybe they will try it again once on this host here, let the game go. Sometimes the lag has to like build up to a certain point. And sometimes it's gone when you just try it again.
Yeah. And they do. So another switch, another try. In the upper right, Nikita Pomadov, Nicker, 29 years old, from Russia, but living in China, actually working for the government, for the Russian-Chinese friendship, to support that. Yeah, he spots on the upper right, and he is going for a Demon Hunter. Echo Isles, in the recent days and weeks, we have seen a lot of Warden play, but not from Nicker. Really, really rare from him. So yeah, Demon Hunter, the Engine of War, not at the Merc camp, but at the small green spot. This is a very safe building position, I think, so he is prepared for a tower rush or a rifle push later. But that will not support him in the Merc camp creep or in creeping the expansion.
Yeah, true. And what Nicker also likes to do, from my experience playing against him and also watching a lot of replays from him, he likes to do this Archer with the Talons against the fast expansion of the human player.
That's
and
really
this can be super strong with a Demon Hunter Naga combination. Then you focus down all the footmans, and defense is not working against the attack from the Talons because it's magic missile. And this is just going through. Also the Fairy Fire is really great there. But so far we will just go with the super fast creeping. The Archer is running down for some... looking for something. Maybe he's looking to find the worker that is constructing a farm down there to see if the expansion is being thrown down. And we can see that one Wisp from Nicker is also moving down there. So maybe he's getting that Wisp into the right position, or maybe he just wants to pull. Yeah, he's going to pull the creeps away from the mercenary camp. Super nice move here, and now he's able to get the Shadow Priest to dispel the water elementals. The Demon Hunter in the meantime finished the green spot on top of there and got himself a Glove of Haste.
Yeah, very interesting from HawK. He is not going for the Merc camp. He seems confident enough to go for the expansion right away, to not lose any more time to get the expansion up. Here comes the Demon Hunter, mana burn right away, but already 2 water elementals at point.
Yeah, he can easily dispel the first one, the one that is already in the orange HP, because the dispel is doing so much damage on level 1 or water elementals, because the HP just rise with each level. And on level 1 they got like 500 HP, and then after that they have like 800, so it increases by a lot. See if the Demon Hunter is getting the level 2 out of there. The dispel is being thrown down, the other one expires, and he's just getting one of them.
Okay, no expansion up yet. There's some gold problems, I think, for Nika. He's building an early Huntress Hall, so we might see a tower rush here, but the Demon Hunter is surrounded there with the peons getting hit after hit after hit, and he might have to town portal out. Yes, canceling the tower though, but the pressure is off and Nika is back home.
Yeah, but the expansion is being delayed by... not a lot, but it's slightly being delayed, and the tower is killed. And the tower is really important, especially if the follow-up would be something with Talents, but we already see a Huntress Hole being thrown down. The Ultra Vision upgrade is being researched, so the vision will be a little bit increased for the Night of Player, because usually the vision is decreased, so they don't see as much as other races. And now he's pulling the Mercenaries once again, getting the Forest Troll Berserker on the side of HawK, as well as another Forest Troll Priest here.
This is a
really
huge thing.
Well done.
This is a huge thing. Usually HawK is a master of the mercs here at Echo Isles. He gets them almost every time from both sides, and he walks into a surround once again, but no, escapes barely. And now finally the so important level 2 for evasion. He gets a lot more tankier now. Expansion is about to come up. No tower here to support him. First worker down, but he might get trapped once again. He moves down, but not enough.
Yeah, so be so careful, and now he's taking care of the Arcane Tower once again. It takes so much damage from the piercing damage here from the Forest Troll Berserker. Malicious being called. Is there a surround? No, he's doing the infamous jaw surrounding skills. It's once again not working. And he still got the 2 priests. Another priest is microed away, but the priest is still there, and he still got 2 dispels. If he wants to dispel the water element, he could actually do that, but he has to be super careful. If he's losing the Demon Hunter, then he's in all sorts of trouble.
Indeed. Counter expansion from Nika. The first Huntress appear, so the pressure will be a little better. But he has 2 priests, 1 Berserker. Great Merc camp control by Nika so far. Now the boots go to the Archmage. This is a huge thing for HawK. Trying to get some more hits. Another surround opportunity, but not taken. The healing from the priest is just too great. But yeah, the counter expansion from Nika is coming up, and HawK has a splendid timing of interrupting the expansion attempt.
Yeah, he's not aware of that yet, but I think as soon as he realized that Nika is not playing super aggressive, you should see that there's some kind of follow-up plan. He's keeping the mana from the Archmage super low. Every mana burn is a complete success. It's always 50, and he's keeping him below the 125. So there is no water elemental possibility. You can see how much damage is being created from the Forest Troll together with the priests, and now the Huntresses join, and with the bouncing glaive, it's super strong against the Footman. But is he able to intercept that Tree of Life? No, he knows that the force is not strong enough to take care of that, and now he goes away.
Oh, nice creep pull by HawK, so he interrupts that one, but more mercs being called by Nika. And yeah, the defense here is really, really good, but no pickups here. Level 2.25 only for the Demon Hunter, but the Archmage not level 3 as well. He does a great job, but the creeps attack the expansion. He needs some repair afterwards, or at least eating a tree.
Yeah, the Ancient of Lore, too bad. Archmage just running into that direction, finding both of the Ancient of Lore being constructed. But it's 3 Ancient of Lores actually being constructed. He's thrown down a 3rd one every now and then. He also did that on Turtle Rock, then he cancelled it later. I'm not really sure why he's doing that. Maybe it's like... I'm not sure if it's a mistake or if he just wants to fake. I have no idea. This is like something crazy out of the box, but the Tree of Life stays alive. You said it. He's eating a tree to regenerate the missing HPs, and he's being repaired by 2 Wisp here. And yeah, Nika is like, you know what? The creeps are attacking this tree anyhow. I will just creep the mercenary.
That is right. Great opportunity for a big item, for a possible Panda second. The Pendant of Energy here. Claws +9 whatsoever. And we see the parry up, which is also a nice addition.
Look, the HP of the units.
Wow, he might lose the Huntress. Yep, he does.
Yeah, and he might lose the other units if they don't make it to the Moon Worlds. And he's also cancelling the Ancient of Wonders, so no Staff of Preservation, but the Tree of Life is moving towards the expansion.
Yeah, finally he can keep up in economy with his opponent, with the other Russian. Here we see the Panda and Brewmaster as a second hero, as we mentioned before. Some pickups here for Nicker. He's getting closer and closer to level 3. First Breath of Fire. He traps a few footmen there, but I think it is enough to escape. Yeah, no block whatsoever. Tree of Life is moving, or oh no, he forgot actually.
Yeah, and HawK is doing such a great job. He's putting so much pressure with the limited units that he was building early on the footmen that are kind of useless anyhow in the later stages of the game. He's doing so much pressure. It's like delaying the expansion, it's delaying the Ancient of Wonders. I think he also delayed the Lores a little bit, and this also costs a lot of wood, like cancel and then rebuild, cancel and rebuild. It just costs you resources and is delaying the tier 3 from the Night of Player. That is super important. In the meantime, the Blacksmith is researching all 3 upgrades for the human player, and the tier 2 take just finished.
Yeah, just finished. We will see the second hero. It is the Mountain King once again. Claws of Attack +6 for the Demon. But yeah, we might see in the later stages of the game the infamous Clap Blizzard combo. So much area of effect against the Bears, but until then, of course, Stormbolt will support him in a great way to disable the Demon Hunter, not let him mana burn the Archmage so he can get more water elementals out, and that, of course, increases the damage and the tankiness of the human army by a huge margin. The Arcane Sanctums are coming, the workshops will follow, and yeah, you said it, very early upgrades, 3 in a row to get ready for the big fights.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit on the other side. He does not have the amount of wood that he would actually need to construct everything at once. Now the Panda hits level 2. The Archmage was trying to steal the experience away, but the Fireboss was a little too late. Is the Knight of already buying the items there? Of course he's buying the Invo Potion, but he should also take care of the heal scrolls, but so far the gold is just not enough on his account.
Might get the Berserker. Nope, not enough mana for the Breath of Fire. Yeah, we see 2 heal scrolls for HawK now. Shop control is very important on Echo Isles. I don't know if you know that, but
yeah,
there's only
I heard
one
that.
shop.
It's super important, but both of the scrolls go in favor of the human player, and against the Panda, you need them, and it's like really worth going for that. Denying them would be great, but he wasn't able to get the expansion up in time, so he was just lacking the gold to buy them, actually.
Yeah, and HawK has a lot of gold, 1,000 gold, but yeah, there's no laboratory on this map, there's no shredder, there's nothing to help here, except maybe the upgrades from the lumber mill. But yeah, he finds his opponent creeping once again, trying to interrupt it, but he needs the Panda and Brewmaster on level 3, because as soon as we have breakers on the battlefield, a good amount of breakers, it's getting so hard to find the right spot to throw the Breath of Fire in.
Yeah, and you can see the Mountain King can be a great hero, but against the Demon Hunter level 3 with the level 2 mana burning 100 mana points away from that little boy here, you just know that there are not so many bolts coming out of him anytime soon, and I don't even think that he will go for the clap, because it costs you so much mana actually, so that you cannot really afford it against the Demon Hunter.
Yeah, maybe later we will see. Or does he have tier 2, level 2? No, not yet. Still level 1. And the Archmage not level 3. Nicker is doing a great job cancelling the creeps over and over and over again. But he still has the mercenary camp. So if he really needs to do something here with his levels, he will go for it. And yes, he does the exact same thing here. He needs half a level for the level 3.
The creep check.
Yeah, Nicker is well aware of that.
Yeah, he's well aware of that. He wants to deny the experience. The Archmage still struggling to find that important level 3. And you look at it, the Mountain King is dropping so low. I don't think that he will die, but just by decreasing his HP, you just put a lot of pressure on him. Is he going to kill the first Troll Berserker here? The Archmage is also in trouble, is in the wrong spot here at the wrong time. But he's also able to make it out of there with the use of the Healing Scroll. He could have also used the Town Portal, but it's definitely cost-worthier to use the Healing Scroll there. But right now, I think what Nicker could do even better is move down the Ancient of War that he used like in the start to the expansion, so it's soaking up some damage whenever the push is coming, and to get an Ancient of Wind, because you will need the Fairy Dragons.
Indeed, he needs the damage against the casters. He's going for upgrades and the Wellspring upgrade as well. You see it, no Ancient of Wind here in production. That is really strange, but he's going for the Ogre Magi at the marketplace. Any shopping things here? Nope.
There's a Pendant of Energy in that store.
Oh yeah, but it's expensive.
Yeah, but he got the gold. What the problem is, and this is why he's not getting the Ancient of Wind yet, is he's having a lot of problems finding the amount of lumber that he needs to support everything. He just got the Master Bear upgrade, now he's getting more bears. He's also getting the Orb of Venom for the Demon Hunter. Is he buying that pendant? No, he's not going for that.
He sold the Wand of Mana Stealing, but did not get the Mana Pendant. And yeah, we have 2 staffs on the Demon Hunter at the moment. Plus 11 damage with the Orb, you mentioned it. But HawK's army is getting stronger and stronger by the minute. We have 76 food for the Human Emperor from Russia. He has more heal scrolls and another Invu potion. 2 heal scrolls for him, and the Ivory Towers are coming. He wants to get that sweet spot right here before the river to get a spot to fall back into if the push is not perfect to heal up, and so to create a spot where Nicker can never fight.
Yeah, Nicker can be glad that there is a Wisp being sent down, so he actually sees this push coming. Other than that, the towers could have been already up before the fight starts, or when the fight just appeared. The towers could line up perfectly here. The militias are being caught a little bit off guard.
Too much experience for the Mountain King.
Oh, too much experience for the Mountain King, but he's not close to level 3. But the amount of forces are just not enough, I guess. He's using the the anti-magic potion right away. The first Breath of Fire is doing a lot of damage to the workers here, but still the Demon Hunter is being focused. There's still an Invo potion. He has to use that one. He's being bolded. Is he losing his first hero? No, he steps him out with 4 HP.
Huge move by Nicker to keep himself alive here, but the Mountain teams are in a great position, doing so much damage. Next Breath of Fire coming in. The towers are all gone. The distraction is gone, but in the meantime, the Spellbreakers take great care of the bears. He has to get away, but it's so hard to kite them with all the slow being thrown. There's almost another Stormbolt ready, and everything from Nicker is falling apart. 61 food versus 75. Nicker has to reproduce so fast. He level 3 and 3/4. Panda and Brewmaster, there is still a mana potion, but how will you get to the casters if there are so many breakers creating that wall? 1 bear down, 2nd bear about to fall. Once again, the Mortar teams in such a perfect position. Stormbolt to the Demon Hunter once again. He gets burned, he gets feedback. So much damage from the breakers, and the Breath of Fire hits nothing.
Yeah, and in the meantime, the Mortar teams took great care of the expansion. The Tree of Life is down. The Demon Hunter is down to about 100 HP. He's using the rejuvenation. It is being stolen by the breakers right away, so he's not able to regenerate that HP. The Panda is just lacking of mana. There's still a mana potion, but without the Dryads, you cannot dispel the Ward Elementals. You cannot dispel the Slow. There are no Fury Drinks in the air. There was no Ancient of Wind. Finally, he's bringing the Wisp to detonate a few Water Elements as well as the Slow, just also detonating on top of the casters, so the mana pool from them is super low. Demon Hunter dropping, wow, and he's dead.
And he's dead, and the Panda follows! GG by Nicker, and HawK is the next human to go to China. 2-0 sweep by the Human Emperor, and he is with Yumiko, Infi, TH, yourself, and Reprisal, the 5th human that we will see at the WCA Grand Finals.
A clean swipe once again. He's not losing a single map throughout the entire tournament so far. And both of the maps actually was absolutely no chance for Nicker.
Indeed.
Like Turtle Rock, he got completely pushed like from the start. On Echo Ites, I think the game plan that HawK had just worked brilliantly in his favor. Like the footman all over the place, denying everything. Just
the timings, the
yeah,
HawK's timings. Absolutely
really
perfect.
Well done. Really, really well done. So sad for Nicker actually dropping out of the tournament, but HawK, my human buddy, easiest Katka of his life, I guess, now also joining us in China and playing for the big one.
Indeed, he deserved it, man. He played so many JERA Cups. He played all the European competitions. So as a European follower of WarCraft, I think it's very, very nice to see HawK there. Yeah. I think he deserves it a little more, at least for the European audience.
Yeah, I think it would be a big lag, like a huge space that has to be filled by someone else, and I don't really see someone else coming for that. I thought like Foggy will have a great opportunity there to show himself to the audience, to the whole remaining community in China, but he was also like on the list of the guys who dropped out earlier, and what we want to figure out next is who will be the opponent of HawK in the final, where it comes down to who takes the big money here today.
Indeed, second semi-final coming up. We have one more ticket to give away, and that's either gonna be Sonic, Iron Sonic, the amazing Sonic, Santa Sonic, or is it Orc Worker, the guy who is a mystery. We only know his first name, we have no picture, we have no last name, but he beat Chechi yesterday, brought him into retirement, and now it's a best of 3 for the ticket once again. Quick break from our side, but we will be back in no time.